How do you make a game anime original? It's very difficult to make an original game anime. Does Madhouse succeed with Overlord? That is the question. Now I only know just a handful of game anime, and I've only seen even less than a handful of game anime. I've seen Sword Art, No Game No Life. I think that's all I've seen. Yeah, okay. The other game anime that I know is Hack Sign and Log Horizon. Alright, so how do you make a game anime original? Because you see, most premises of game anime, not counting No Game No Life, because that's just so original, it's like the best one out there, we're gonna ignore No Game No Life. It doesn't apply to this. So, normally what happens is that our characters are trapped in a game, okay? And the main thing is that we gotta get back home. Now, I've heard it within Log Horizon that they kind of like and accept that they live here, but I think that changes in Season 2, but of course, I don't really know, so. But it always starts with being trapped in the game. So with Overlord, we have this guy, his username, he's known to the NPCs as Lord Momonga, and so I'm just gonna call him Momonga. Momonga, he's the leader of his guild, okay? And a lot of his guild members have quit, mostly because they have lives. They all have lives. They got, work, family, things like that. They're all like, sorry, I gotta go now, because they make time for other things, which is a reasonable thing. This guy, on the other hand, has all the time in the world. So he decides to just stay on, and he happens to stay on the game, which I think is called Yggdrasil. And it's a MMORPG or RPG. Dang it, I don't know. I don't play video games. I'm sorry. Anyway, RPG demo kind of thing. And he happens to get trapped during a glitch. You see, the menu won't pop up at all, but he's still able to function some things here, one another for magic, teleporting, things like that. Interesting thing though that I really liked was that the NPCs were alive. They had their own conscience, and they could do anything, but they still respected Momonga. So that's really interesting. I really, really like that, okay? They're not just stupid NPCs on the side being all like, okay, for this tutorial on how to move a rock, like, no. These guys have a conscience, and I really like that, okay? No, look, but they have a scent. That's really, really interesting. So there's some sort of glitch going on, and so far it looks like that Momonga is the only actual player, actual human who is stuck in the game. But it looks like that he doesn't mind. So, is this original? Honestly, it really depends on how the show plays out, but with the whole NPC thing, I'm leaning towards more on the yes. And that's great, because I think Madhouse is the one who created No Game No Life, and I love No Game No Life. That was great. That opening. Oh, speaking of opening, I really like the opening and the ending themes of Overlord. Those are pretty good. Another thing that I like is that with most game anime, it happens to be set in a fantasy world. This happens to be dark fantasy. I noticed that straight from the get-go. I was like, ooh, nice. That's great. That was a smart idea, putting us in a new type of setting for a video game. And this happens to be a dark fantasy, okay? What also I like is how Momonga, when he speaks to the NPCs, he has like dark, evil voice. But when he's talking in his mind, he sounds like some sort of 19-year-old kid, alright? I guess a 19-year-old, not really a kid, but anyway. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that I like about this. It could be promising. Besides, it is Madhouse. One complaint, though, and I think it's pretty obvious, the CGI at the beginning. Oh boy! How many more times are we gonna see that? Oh dear! Oh god, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yep. But what's his Momonga gonna do with his new guild formed of NPCs that are alive? I am intrigued. Are you? Catch me tomorrow as I review Gakko Guraishi, Gangsta if the fan subs come out quick enough, and Ore Monogatari. I'm Female Otaku. Sayonara.